Omsakthi sir, welcome to our chat session. Today we are going to talk about a very common issue that we all have, that is fear, failures, rejection, stress, anxiety, depression. So, Selva sir, I would like to understand that in your experience, how have you overcome these problems?
Omsakthi, Bangaruamma. Faith. You ask me for a one short solution or an answer, is nothing but faith. It's how strong your faith is, how deep your faith is, how complete, how unshakable, unwavering, undeniable faith that you must have in whatever, not only depression or stress, and whatever. This fear thing, it grips you. So you must have that faith. When you have that faith, the control, the calmness, it all will come. It's all a matter of time, matter of practice, patience, persistence, perseverance. All these will come when you have that fundamental, that foundation, the faith. And in my case, my faith in my guru, Bangaru Adigalar of Melmaruvathur, I have very, very strong faith in him. So in my experience, I think we did talk about it in our earlier sessions. I had this sleep problem, insomnia. So naturally, when you have any health problem, logically we will go and see a doctor. A doctor will then eventually think, okay, this is a psychiatric problem, refers to a psychiatrist. And then they will give us sleeping pills, sleeping tablets, or some drugs to help us as a temporary measure to overcome this sleep. But for us, it's taking this is, but we feel, are we going to get addicted to it? That fear comes. No matter how much assurance the doctor gives us, but still in your mind, am I that weak that I have to take sleeping pills? But you have a problem. You have to face it. You have to overcome it. So how do you go about it? Basically, in whatever in life, it's two things, mind or body. You pain, depression, stress, anxiety, is only these two, mind and brain, body. So how do we overcome all this is basically these two. How do you tackle this? The mind and the body, the mental and the physical aspect. So in mine was insomnia. So something to do with the body or something to do with the mind. So initially it was a body thing. So when I couldn't sleep, I was searching for sleep. I was desperate for sleep because I know if I don't sleep, what happens the following day? You feel so lethargic, so tired. You don't live at all. You're like a zombie. I was like a zombie, just walking around. Life was meaningless. So eventually it came to a state where, honestly, I'm telling you today, I'm being open about it. I contemplated suicide. At 4 a.m. in the morning, they gave me sleeping tablets and I eventually took it. I just put everything on the faith on my guru and said, okay, if this is something that I need to take, let me go through it. So I started taking, I was like a guinea pig. They gave me clonazepam and that lasted for 2 hours. And I got up at about 12 or they asked me, they told me specifically, you go to sleep, you got to follow a standard time. You sleep at 10, you sleep at 10. And you take your sleeping pill, maybe 9:30 or so, get you into it. So I was following the doctor's advice. Fine. But the first drug that they gave me lasted for 2 hours. And then I was wide awake. I didn't know what to do. And then another drug, 4 hours. So it went on like that till one day at 4 a.m. in the morning. I was so vexed. I was so frustrated. And now I'm a normal human being. I don't have enough sleep. This depression was like killing me, was really, really getting to me. And I was crying out for my guru, where are you? Why am I undergoing all this? I only have faith in you. Show me a way. It is so easy to talk about it. But when you undergo it, that's when you really feel it, you know. So there was one day at 4 a.m. I said, no, no point, you know, and even though that faith was so strong in me, but these are things which will come and like attack you, you know, when you're weak, when you're down. This is the negative energy or what vibrations which starts attacking you. That's why the calmness and that control which comes from the deep faith comes into play. So what I did was at 4 a.m. in the morning, I said I wanted to go and look at my children, look at my wife. So I went and then I saw them and I started crying and I I cannot do this. I must overcome this. How can my faith be so shallow? My guru is there. My children, I have to live for them. My wife has been a backbone and all that. And I suddenly, there was a sudden transformation. I couldn't sleep. I said, never mind. Somebody was telling me to go for yoga. I said, okay, I'm going to go for yoga. I'm going to start my morning walks. I'm going to fight this, whatever it is. So when I was contemplating this and all, just like that, that's why I say that faith makes all these kind of thoughts, the negative thoughts are more than, but like a ray of sunlight or ray of hope, suddenly this thing comes into me. And I was thinking of Guru Bangaru Amma talking about a medication which I didn't know it was actually a medication to treat this insomnia. I actually brought someone to see the guru because he had some health problem. And when Bangaru Amma was talking about this problem, she was actually looking at me, not looking at him. I was thinking to myself, why is my guru looking at me and not looking at him? Because that is his problem, not mine. But later on, that medication, which is all actually in this book. In this book, there is a treatment for neurological diseases, you know, common flowers and all that. So I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I have got full faith in my guru. I'm going to start taking this. So when do I take it? So I remember the old traditional oil bath, you know. Remember when we take oil bath, we feel sleepy, we feel calm, we feel cool, and we, you know, so that triggered into me. So I thought, okay, let me take this, and then you know, the Siaka tool. The Siaka tool is actually they call it soap mold or pot or some soap pot or something.
So one question, so did Amma tell you to follow that book or any specific what's given in that book?
No, when Amma said, suddenly that thought of Amma looking at me and talking about this medication. And then the next thing I know, hey, I've read this somewhere. And then I said, oh, it must be this book. That's how I got this book. And what Amma said was actually in this book, was actually Amma saying it. And this doctor actually narrated it in this book. I said, okay, my God, whatever Amma said is here. So I kind of got through and got back to Melmaruvathur, and then they got all that medication, and I started following it. And what do you know? I slept like a baby after years of torment. You know, so coming back to this, how you overcome any problem for that matter, when you have that faith has to be very, very strong. You know, a lot of us say we have faith, but the minute something goes wrong, we start questioning. No. If you believe in one guru, you believe him all the way. You believe in something, you believe it all the way. And there's no reason for me not to believe my guru because I've been with him for 40 years. It's not something of trial and error. I've got so many lessons where I didn't listen and then I saw the repercussions of it. So anyway, time is of essence here. This is important, very, very important, because we experience all kinds of setbacks in life, in job or family, friends, relatives, the world, what is happening in the world, the war which is going on. There's so many outside influences which comes. So how do you have that calmness? How do you have that control which comes with your deep faith? The guru helps you, holds your hand and brings it I always remember this. If God brings you to it, God will make sure you go through it. So this is where the Guru plays that God's role with that unshakable faith. So in this, you come to experience one oracle of Guru Bangaru, which he says, "Yen pani ni sei un pani nan paathu kolgiren," which basically means you do my work, which is God's work, and I will take care of your work. So we have our job, our family, our responsibilities, and everything. We got to do that right. We got to strive for that, the excellence, give our best. But at the same time, we pray for others. We think about others. We do service for others. We deviate our mind. This is very, very important. When you have a problem, don't dwell in it. Do something about it. See the doctor, do whatever you have to do, but don't dwell on it. Don't wallow on it and all that. You got to find a way. So what deviated the problem of my insomnia was get up, go for your yoga, go for your walks, deviate your mind, change your mind, deviate it to do things you like. You like music, listen to motivational music. You like to watch some inspirational motivation movies. You like to watch movies. Go. Just like that sleeping table, which was a temporary solution. These are all things which will help you to overcome. You have a problem in the office. Yeah, you think about it, you prepare, you plan what to do, what kind of the SWOT analysis, the strength, weakness, already put it down, what is supposed to do, but deviate your mind and have fun. Enjoy while you suffer, you also enjoy. That is the trick about what Guru Amma told me. If you turn back the clock 5 years ago when I was undergoing it, I couldn't sleep and I was like, it was tormenting me, and the whole day I was like, dwelling into it. If only I started reading, I started watching movies. The whole night I didn't sleep. I should have just watched a good movie or, deviate your mind. Don't dwell on that problem. While you tackle that problem, deviate the mind, because the mind is such a powerful thing. So meditation really, really helps. Service to people really, really helps. It deviates. You know what to do, how to manage time. All this comes into play. And when you start thinking about others, helping others, putting your problems aside, my guru will help me with my problem. Let me help. So you're channeling that negative energy into something positive. These are small, small things which will help you, which by experience, from experience, I'm saying. I hope I've covered. We can talk more about it. If there's any questions, I'm most welcome.
No, I think you rightly said. The other main thing is Amma has set up worship centers and Shakti Peedams around us, right? So even if you are not able to go to Melmaruvathur and spend time, you have worship centers where you have weekly worships being done, right? When you go and participate in those worship centers, that's a very good forum for you to come out of these kind of issues. And the most important thing that you mentioned here is doing service, right? You need to think beyond yourself. You need to think outside of yourself, not think about you and your family. Think about others. And in this worship center is when we pray for others. We pray for families who participate and do that. When you do that, I think Amma automatically shows you the path. She will bring you the right doctor. She'll bring you the right medication. She'll bring you the right people. And slowly you'll find that your life around you changes and the problem gets resolved. So I think, very wonderful experience, because what you mentioned was a real life experience that you went through, right? Going through that is not easy, what you mentioned, right? Depression, taking those tablets, being awake at 4 a.m. in the morning and not able to sleep. That's not easy. But the force with which you came out of it was because of the trust and faith you had in Amma. So that's the key point here, right? So thank you for your time. I think it's really good and motivating to listen to your experience. I'm sure those who are watching this video, they'll definitely take a leaf out of your experience, and if they go through this kind of things, they know how to come out of it, right? Having a strong faith in Amma, having a strong belief in Amma, and with the hope that Amma will definitely pull us out of it. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your time. And we'll meet again next time with a different question. Thank you.
Please like, share, and subscribe to the Bangaru Amma Global YouTube channel for more inspiring and uplifting videos like this one.